He speaks slow, knows where each word's bound to go. He walks in a steady line, moves the way he's moved 100 times before. Simply practice before he knew that he'd be mine. Whisper me words that I don't know I need to hear. No, I don't need them. Oh, but I want them. Show me the sides that I don't know I need to see. No, I don't need them. Oh, but I want them. If this is a game of cat and mouse, I'll play the prey every time. Lay your words on my ears, baby. Put your hands in mine, and I'll sing softly, I'll sing slowly. My body wrapped in yours, my mind tangled in telephone lines. Whisper me words that I don't know I need to hear. No, I don't need them. Oh, but I want them. Show me the sides that I don't know I need to see. No, I don't need them. Oh, but I want them. Over in the night, don't fight the rain, it doesn't bite. And when you're here in my arms, I'll keep you warm. Leave your shoes on my porch, drop your worries at the door. Put your lips next to my ears, feel my body next to yours, and whisper me words that I don't know I need to hear. No, I don't need them. Oh, but I
While books, historic documents, old newspapers and photos may capture slices of life and hold them for years, a different kind of art form doesn't last nearly as long. This kind of art has some unusual tools associated with it: shovels, saws, knives, forks, and hands. It also has some unusual requirements: cold weather and some snow. A group of 5 teams gathered at Eagle Crest, that's Juneau's ski area located up over the ridge, to take part in an art competition. Partly they were competing just for the fun of it, and partly to win a free trip to the Nationals to be held in Milwaukee. When the judging was completed, the team that had produced a likeness of a Tlingit chief won the free trip, and visitors to Eagle Crest won a new, if somewhat temporary, art gallery.
Can't you tell? A unicorn. That's what we want to make, is a unicorn, but that doesn't mean it'll come out as a unicorn. We're shooting for a unicorn.
I guess it's supposed to be a giant snow crystal about 6 feet high, however high we can manage to get it. And inside over here, we're going to have a person doing a snow dance. I wanted to do something that, like, it's easy to walk around and not notice snow and ice crystals, and so that's why I wanted to blow one up, and you got to stand at the right angle and get up close enough to actually to see the dancer inside.
We're making 2 kissing Eskimos. They're going to be, anyway. Is it like what you expected to look like so far?
Surprisingly, yes.
Yeah.
A little bit harder than we thought.
Yeah, it didn't look anything like we expected until just a few minutes ago, really. We just had this monstrous block of snow. Have you all ever done anything like this before?
No.
In the backyard. Tell me what you're making.
This is a bust of a Tlingit chief, and we haven't decided exactly who it's going to be yet. I sketched a friend of mine. I told him if it looked enough like him that I'd name it. I'd give it his name, but if it didn't, it's going to be Alan, my partner here, his great-grandfather's name is Chief Analash, so we're going to try to push it toward that likeness too.
Gonna be a bear after I have lunch. So I don't know. Show up late and I'll get to it. Not worried. Been dreaming about it for weeks. And
Ever done any snow sculpture before?
yeah, quite a bit, but not in competition. As I was growing up, I used to always tear them up with the snow.
Do you have any artistic background at all that's helping you out? I carved in soapstone and wood. Nothing this big. It's a little different. But it's basically the same, just getting the form down and then going from there and trying to get detail. Did you do much pre-planning? We tried as much as we could. We really kind of just knew it was going to be learn as we go, and that's what we're doing. Learning as we go.
I did a couple of different size and side drawings, and I did a couple clay sculptures of it beforehand. And, so I got a really good idea what it looks like in the 3D, but it's just trying to get the snow to reflect that.
The first reason why he asked me to help him was because I'm into Tlingit art, and he wanted me to mainly do the headdress on it. I've never snow sculptured before, but, I thought I'd give it a try.
Is this exactly what you expected it to be like doing this?
We didn't think it would take quite so long. We kind of expected to be here about 2 hours and, be through. Looks like we're going to be here most of the day.
The snow's just a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought it'd be a little softer, easy to work with. I'm mangling up my shovel, bending the edges.
As far as sculpture's concerned, if you take it real serious like you might another business or work, you kind of lose something. So if you have a lot of fun or if you laugh, or the more pleasure it is, it shows in your work.
Looking a lot less like a kangaroo all the time. People have been skiing by. Hey, what is that, a pig, a kangaroo? It's like, so it's getting better.
Well, Judd, what do you think of the finished product?
I think it's awful. And I'll be glad when it's over.
What was the hardest thing about it?
Getting up in the morning and come up here. No, it's been a lot of fun. It didn't turn out the way we would have liked to. But
How do you think it could be better?
start over.
Ginger, are you happy with the way it turned out?
Yeah, we are. Turned out better than we expected it to, really.
What was the most interesting part of doing this?
Getting the 8-foot block down to a workable piece. That was the hardest part, anyway. And from then on, once we got the original shapes, it was fun. The detail was fun. The rest of it was hard work.
Wanted to attract people to come and look inside by having straight walls and then a nice, originally plan was to have a nice smooth form, a figure inside that was doing a dance, but he disintegrated.
Think you'll do this again next year?
Yeah, I think it will. It's a lot of fun. Even if I'm not a winner, I'm just having so much fun. It's like being one. It's great. I do like this.
here I am, here I go. One more time just to let y'all know, if I ain't chillin' with my crew, then I'm gone. Like until my eyes meet the sun, seeing that I'm free and I'm never going back. Changes that brought me to where I am at. Had a small line, and now it blows on impact to let loose my raps. Engaging towards the stage with words up for grabs. When I leave you still, I'll get too close to smash. Cloaked in around the mic is where I'm at. What's happening? Nothing. I assume that the world's corruption was brought forth from an entity of our mass destruction, and now it counts for something. I never had a fault and I always stay strong. Listen to the wise and I know I mean no wrong, no wrong.
These are my days, just living my life.
Whether wrong or right. These are my days, just living my life. Whether wrong or right.
These are my days, just living my life.
Whether wrong or right. These are my days, just living my life. Whether wrong or right.
In the eyes of the wicked, something that they will see only misery makes a tragedy. But to me, the lust born upon a world of sin and places not forgiven with the good die young. It's a sad thing, not a bad thing. And those who don't understand turn away and ran. I'll be damned. Running from the problems, call them the coward. We have issues which we stick through. Coming face to face, dance with the devil, don't run. It's a disgrace. You think that this is fun? Better just wait. Your childhood's gone and reality's begun. Stories of a troubled soldiers begun. These are my days, just living my life.
Whether wrong or right. These are my days, just living my life. Whether wrong or right.
Alaskan beauty, long yellow gold hair, skin clear like an angel, the eyes and tears, skies in the morning, depending on the day. She moves over mountains, she rests in the clay. Took a walk in the forest, I heard noises so deep, wondered if they were coming, always coming for me. I called her up, asked, can you spend some time? If you're gonna go across the states, will you go into mine? She's a traveling queen, caravan of dreams, living from her heart. No one can stop her. She's a traveling queen, caravan of dreams, living from her heart. No one can stop her.
spoke to me like I was someone. You spoke to me like I was there. You spoke to me like I was someone. You spoke to me, you spoke to me.
Hobbies like model trains come in all sizes and shapes. Gary Horton's hobby, if you haven't guessed, is collecting model trains. This Juneau resident has been collecting Lionel trains for the past 15 years. For Horton, the enjoyment of trains started when he was a boy. At the age of 5, Horton's father gave him his first train set for Christmas. That first train became the start of his collection and is the source of many fond memories.
I got into collecting because I just maintained a fascination for them. As a boy, just liked the toy. That's all. That was what it was. And finally, years later, after all of the rest of us kids had grown up and gone our separate ways, I was able to get the set back together, and that rekindled my fascination with it. And since then, I've been able to pick up pieces here and there in the Juneau area and rebuild them, make them work. This is one example right here, these two pieces, this New York Central. And it was a real basket case at the time. I was able to put it back together and get it running. And then it just went from there, and I've been picking up pieces as they come along and just having a ball with it, that's all. The first train set I got, Dad gave it to me for Christmas back in 1939, consisted of many of these parts in this set here. The set consisted of this piece and the tender, plus this box car, this crane car, and a coal dump car, this coal dump car, and this caboose. There was also a log car in the set that has since gone the way of toys. Probably the most enjoyable piece was this one here. And Joshua Lionel Cohen, who of course is Lionel Trains, put it this way. He said that it was to keep the little nippers busy with lots of things going on. And I probably had more fun with this one piece than any of the other pieces combined, because you could swivel it around, you can make the boom go up and down, and the hook would go up and down, and you could just have all kinds of fun lifting things around with it. It was really enjoyable.
Lionel is noted for the moving parts on their model trains and accessories. There are smoking engines, railroad crossings that rise and fall, sliding doors, cranes to lift cargo, and men to move barrels. While these items kept the little nippers busy, they were not always reproduced to scale.
This is one of many accessories that Lionel makes. Lots of moving parts on it. Would, when activated, would roll logs onto the car, and then it would come down here, and then they could also unload them too. You'll notice the size of the little guy sitting here. He's sort of pushing those barrels around. And then over here on the loader itself, you see another guy. There's a lot of difference in their size. If he's a 6-footer, this guy's 12 foot. It shows that a lot of attention was not paid to scale by Lionel in a lot of their works. They were just primarily to animate things, make them interesting to see happen and things move. One of the differences in the quality of the Lionel products over the years is contrast between this piece and this one here. This is very late. This is built just a year or two ago. And very lightweight plastic, all plastic construction, where in years past they used more of a metal and some heavy bakelite materials, a lot heavier and a lot more durable, as is with this.
The serious collector can learn these bits of trivia from the many books and magazines available to the train enthusiast. There are books on the history of Lionel trains, reprints of the operating manuals for the actual engines, and historical articles about the model trains and the engines they replicated.
Another aspect of collecting is knowing about the trains themselves. For example, in this case, the M10000 was built in 1933, and these pictures show the under actual construction and labeled it under the Union Pacific Tomorrow's Train Today. And that would have been, what, 52 years ago that this train in its prototype was actually operating on American railroads. Part of collecting, of course, is collecting the catalogs that cover the product. And this particular one, 1957, I found in the hardware store out there at Ock Bay, and it has everything in it that you'd possibly ever want in the Lionel line, including the crane car, or a similar one to the crane car and work caboose you see here. They would come out with an assortment of cars each year. You can buy, they probably have half a dozen or more different road names on different cars. They'd have a hopper with Alaska Railroad, for example. They'd have a box car with the AT and SF. And they've covered just about every road name that ever existed on the American railroad scene.
Through the years, Horton has collected over 150 pieces, and while coal workers are amused by his trains, he explains that it's just a hobby.
They get a chuckle out of it when I talk about my toy trains, and Christmas time comes along and got to have my trains running. It's a hobby, and it's like collecting stamps or having a boat or an airplane. We each have our little things that we enjoy, and I enjoy toy trains.
Chris Kyle is another train enthusiast. He wanted a small layout as a conversation piece for his living room, so he built an N-scale railroad into a coffee table.
I just wanted to get a little of everything I could into a small space. With train sets, you have the more popular things that kind of go with a train, like the train station I have over here, and then you have the railroad crossing, which is another pretty standard item people go for. And then you just kind of go from there. If you have a train station, you must have some type of a town or something. Also over on the other end here where I have the mountain stuff, I had the stream coming down. I figured, a little sawmill there on the stream bed would look nice in that area. This whole mountainside area, the tunnels and everything, is made out of paper mache, plaster of Paris. I started out forming this by first of all making the little entrances, then taking thin strips of balsa wood and just constructing just a basic framework and then laying over that framework the paper mache. Once that was all dried, then pouring the plaster of Paris over the top of the paper mache. It's a nice hobby, and especially with adults with children. It's something that both the parents and the children can get involved in, and it's just good fun all around.